All right, so today we'll be constructing this construction here, and this is called the involute of a circle. All right, this is what the construction looks like. So in terms of the layers, I wouldn't be using much layers for this construction. As you can see, I have my construction line layer as well as this layer that's called involute. And you can see that the line weight for the involute is set to be 0.30. So first thing first, we're going to go ahead with constructing the circle. So for this example, the radius of the circle that we'll be using is 30 mm. Now, if you notice, just like the last construction, we have to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. So we're going to be doing that here. All right. So this is something that you should be used to by now. I think this is like the third or fourth time that we're dividing a circle into 12 equal parts. So you should be pretty much acquainted with it by now. So I'm just going to lengthen my 30-degree and my 60-degree angle that I just drew there. And to make things easier, I'm just going to use the mirror tool to mirror the two angles. Good. So I basically have my circle there divided into 12 equal parts. So the next step now is to actually get the circumference that's in the image here, right? So usually in mathematics, you would calculate the circumference, but there's actually a way to construct it to get it um, geometrically, right? So at the top here, what we're going to do, we're going to draw a straight line, and the length for this line doesn't really matter. I'm going to use about 160 here. And in order to get the circumference, we need to basically mark off 12 arcs, and the measurement for the arc would be determined by this measurement here. So we're going to use the measure tool, we're going to use distance, and we're going to measure one division basically. So that's going to be from here to the center here, and for me it's 15. So I'm just going to turn off ortho mode, and I'm going to use my arc tool, center start end, and from the top here I'm going to mark out the force arc, which should be 15 mm, and then I can just copy and paste it until I have 12 arcs in total. And of course, sometimes you might need to extend the line that you drew there, right? Good. So that's basically our circumference that we've marked out there. And I mean, I'm not going to label, but if you want to, you can go ahead and label if you want to make things easier in the construction. So the only labeling that I might probably do here is for the circle. Alright, and I'm going to follow this exact labeling that I have here. So I have my labeling done there. So now basically what I need to do, I need to draw these perpendicular lines on each point. And as you can see at each of the divisions here, they're at 90 degrees. So for that, we're going to have to turn off ortho mode. And this is um this is something that I've been speaking about in previous classes before. This thing here, object snap. You want to make sure that you have everything checked off. All right, good. So I'm going to switch back to my construction line layout, and starting from point 1 here, I'm basically going to draw my perpendicular line. Now, as you can see here, as I move around my mouse cursor, the line eventually turns green, or it's highlighted green. And it also tells you that the line is perpendicular. So basically, this is how you would know that the line is at 90 degrees to the division that you have here. So we basically need to do this for each point that we have here. And you basically want to just increase the measurement for the line more and more as we continue to draw the perpendicular lines, right? You can see that I'm increasing the measurement. And this needs to be done for all of the points, basically. This one is a bit tricky to actually get. Good. So continuing with the other points. I'm just going to draw them short for now, and then I'll lengthen them. That might be the best thing to do. All right, great. So I have all of my lines that I need. Now I just need to lengthen some of them. All right, great. Now we need to plot the points for the involute here, and this is what we're going to make use of the circumference for, right? This is why we needed to describe these points here, basically. So each number that we have here is going to correspond with the number that is on the circumference. So we need to know the distance from 0 to 1, and that distance is going to be 15. So that simply means that on number 1 here, we're going to mark off a measurement of 15 mm. So that's going to be the first point for the Involute. And if you want to, you could also probably just trim out the extra, right? And for number 2, pretty straightforward. You measure from 0 to 2. That's going to be torte. So we're going to mark off a measurement of torte here. And as you can see, we're actually following a pattern here, right? 0 to 3, that's 45. So on number 3, you're going to mark off a measurement of 45. And you continue doing that for the rest of the points, working your way up. And if you notice also, the number actually increases by 15 every time, right? For the points that we're plotting, the measurement. Oh, I think I might have used the wrong measurement here. Let me check back. This is supposed to be 90. So where number 6 is, this is supposed to be 90. Yep. And I think the next one should be 105. Number 7, yes, correct, 105. And if I'm correct, number 8 should be 120. Yeah, it basically increases by 15 mm. 120, sorry. I don't need to keep measuring because I know already that it increases by 15. But if you just want to be on the safe side, you could always measure the corresponding number. All right, great. So we have all of the required points for the involute. Now we just need to switch to the involute layer, and using the same tool that we've been using before, which is spline fit, we could start plotting, right? So it's pretty simple, right? You already have your points that you need. You just need to select them one by one as you're plotting your involute. And just like I said in the last video, if you want to fix this, you just click at the end and you readjust it, and that basically fixes your involute, right? So my line weight is off. When I turn on the line weight, the involute is going to show better. And this is the involute of the circle, right? I think this one is much more simple compared to the last one.